Everyone was saying that the Citadel is an OP mech and meta, and it is insanely powerful. But quick note, this is my main account and not the test server, so I did not max out the build. And I will share my thoughts about the mech at the end. First, let me tell you about the matches. I got absolutely destroyed when I used it. First, I started in the CPC match as I usually do. Nearly 10 matches in, I think I lost more than half of the matches. One thing I like to note here, I really hate these bots, man. They block the way, they stop me from escaping from the enemies. I got so frustrated with these bots, I really started shouting at my phone. My first choice for Citadel was Bouncecritter, which I instantly regretted for two reasons. I got eliminated before even crossing 1 minute, and the weapon was not doing much of a damage. When I initially used the Bouncecritter, which you can see from the gameplay here, I thought it would be good or at least above average, but no. This was so bad. So after losing 2 matches, I decided to switch the weapon to Overdrivers. Now Overdrivers are really my favorite. They are so versatile you could use them in any mech or match. So I decided to use it with the Citadel and I still lost. But I was able to get a few more kills here and there, but it was still not good. Again, after losing 2 matches, I moved on to the next weapon, which was the Burrow beamstone. I was sure this was going to work, but unfortunately no. Mech Arena had other ideas. I started to think that maybe today is not my lucky day. With the Burrow beams, I was able to get a few kills here and there, but nothing too good. It was still not better than the Overdrivers. Now I decided to use the pot guns. I was sure this was the right choice and I won the first match, but it was a decent match. So with hope I entered this second match and then I lost. This is the point where I lost it and closed the match, and this is where it hit me. Maybe I'm using it wrong. I tried the CPC, which is primarily longer maps, so I wanted to try the shorter maps next. And I decided to test my theory with a custom match and selected the free for all style. I wasn't sure if this was going to work and I wanted to try a new weapon, so I went with the Reveoker's 8 and oh, I was right. This was absolutely insane and even got the MVP with 14 kills. I know, this may not be same as the real matches, but it is still hard to win. So I think we can accept the fact that this is a really cool build. Next I tried the Burrow beams. I won the match again. This was again a really cool build and it performed significantly better than the CPC. It was not as good as the Revokers, but it was still pretty good. Now let me share my thoughts on this weapon. First of all, this is a really good mech, that's for sure. My favorite thing is its ability. You get 3 main things. You have increased speed, which will help you to capture points and run away from enemies when needed. Next, increased shield, based on the number of enemies, which will help you survive when stuck with a bunch of enemies. Next, it will reduce the speed of the enemies within the ability radius, which again helps you destroy them. So it's awesome in that area. It also has a really good HP, but on the other hand, it is slow. I mean really slow. You get caught with your ability in cooldown, it's definitely game over. Forget about running away because it's absolutely impossible to outrun the enemies in this speed. The mech was really good in free for all, but not so much in CPC. I am not saying it's the mech's fault, I am also not a good player. But I did not expect it to perform this bad even with different weapon choices. So I think you can buy this mech and it is outstanding in shorter maps, especially the free for all. But ultimately the success of this mech comes down to 3 things. The choice of the weapon, the map and you. But overall, as I said before, it's a good mech. If you have the right weapons and you enjoy aggressive gameplay, I think Citadel is definitely worth getting. And I was speaking about regretting choosing the Bouncecritters, but there was a reason I chose it for the first match. In my last video, if you haven't seen, the Bouncecritters were really good, and you can watch this Bouncecritter only challenge to see how I managed to win that with this weapon.